What's up guys, welcome back to Aquatic Elements. As you can see right above me, today we are at Maidenhead Aquatics, Gillingham, and on this channel we do lots of fish store tours and also hobbyist home aquarium visits. So in today's video we're going to be heading inside the store and checking out their massive selection of different fish, from their tropical fish to their pond fish as well. So let's head inside and let's check it out. Now coming into the store, we are met with straight away a really nice display tank with loads of different plants and a mix of your sort of standard bread and butter tropical fish. We've got some albino cherry barbs. We've also got some albino cories, some silver tip tetras, and a really nice mix of plants in one of their Aquatic systems. And then as we pan around, you can see we've got a lot of the dry goods that they've got here. Loads of the different substrates, ornaments, and then all of the standard things that Maidenhead Aquatic stock, like your pond dry goods, different biolb, spare parts and ornaments, and then obviously your substrates, foods from your Vitalis to your tetras. And as with all of the shop tours, I'm not going to be focusing on the dry goods itself. I will show them briefly. We've also got their range of aqua oak tanks, but I'm really going to try and focus on the displays that they've got in this shop, because they've got some really nice displays and also some of the more oddball fish that they've got here, which I've spotted on a brief walk around the store. So first up, let's take a look at this Scaper 140 by Superfish. Real minimalist tank with the central piece of bogwood. We've got some, I think they're emperor tetras, and then some gold rams in here. I think that's a flash plec or a clown peck tucked between the crypts. A nice rimless system with the Superfish light above it. But really minimalist, but a very effective aquascape. And then moving around, we've got this other, which is probably my favourite display tank that they've got in the shop, with a couple of central bits of bogwood. And they've got a nice range of fish in here as well. They've got some real nice Bosmanis, rainbows. You can see we've got the beautiful orange males. And then we've got some lovely Congo tetras in here. If I get a close-up to minimise the reflection. Some really nice mature Congos with beautiful orange stripe through them. And then hidden, we've got one leaf fish just there, Stenopoma. And then we've got another one, which I nearly missed, just tucked in the bogwood here. It's just coming out for the camera. And we've got some river stones, and then we've got these catfish. Now, I don't actually know what they are, so feel free to leave a comment down below if you know what these catfish are, because they're really cool. They're like mini iridescent sharks, but they're absolutely stunning. So let's move on to the fish selection we've got. So I'm going to start with some more of the oddballs and some more of the unique fish. Now up top here, we've got some really cute pea puffers. A real nice nano fish. And then moving through, we've got some crebensis. And we've also got some rams. Make sure to leave a comment down below on what your favourite fish is in the store. And then we've got some redhead tapeos, geophagus or earth eaters, in with those silver dollars as well. And then down the bottom, we've got some Pictus catfish, really nice active catfish. Don't get too big, around that 6-inch mark. Really good cleanup crew, in with some blue Acara. And then just next door, we've got the firemouth cichlids. There's some cool catfishing. I think there's a spotted Raphael catfish, which I've seen in loads of the Maidenheads recently, but I'd never really noticed them before. And then we've got the striped Raphaels, otherwise known as squeaker cats. I think they might be very similar to the Megalodorus, like the Irwini catfish. But a great small cleanup crew for your monster fish tanks or larger aquariums. Then coming next door, we got some hoplos in with a few rainbow cichlids, And we've got some spotted silver dollars, which are another great cleanup crew. Really nice diver fish for your larger tanks and your monster tanks. The silver dollars generally get quite big and they can eat your plants, so I would avoid keeping them with any plants. And we've also got a few kissing gouramis in there. Now next up we're coming to type of Bricon tetra. So we've got the long fin Alistus tetra, and there's loads in this tank, along with the Severums. We've got lots of upside down catfish in there as well, all hiding underneath the rocks. Type of Synodontis cat. And then up top we've got a pair of fire red Apistogramma. Well, there's quite a few pairs in there. If I can get a bit of focus on him. Let's try this guy. You can just see the super red coloration that he's got to the body. And they're priced at £15 each or 2 for 25, which I think is pretty cheap for a fire red Apisto. And then just next door we got a few different angels. We've got the albinos on the right and the standard sort of zebras or blues on the left. Now moving through, we come to the fancy goldfish section. We've got some larger Aranda up top. And just next to them, we've got these bubblehead Aranda, which are really, really fun. They've got this lovely sort of bubbly wen on top, alongside that ranchu. These guys do need big tanks. A lot of them are kept in really, really small aquariums, so make sure to, if you are keeping fancies, keep them in a larger aquarium. And then we've got your sort of standard black moors, Ryukin and ranchu in these, and then we've got some larger ranchu down the bottom. We've got an Apache style just here, and then there's a Kirin ranchu at the back there, and this big calico. Pretty nice quality. This guy I would say probably my favourite in the tank. Got to be a good 4 inches. And then next door we just got some nice Ryukin. Long tail, potentially broad tail Ryukin. Quite a good size. So that's quite a lot of the oddball fish, so we're going to move through to some of the standards and bread and butter fish. I will whiz through those, as with all of the store tours. A lot of you guys have seen gouramis and all the standard tetras and barbs, but I just want to show everything that this store has to offer. Got some nice celestial Poldanios in here, a great nano fish, and they've got a lovely pattern to them. Not sure the camera's going to focus on those too well. And then we've got some yellow honey gouramis next to them. And coming down, we've got the mountain minnows, got some rainbow shiners, and then some live bearers in with some weatherloach in the bottom there, but we've got quite a lot of reflection from the outdoor pond section, which we'll go to in just a moment, and then we'll head back inside to check out the rest of the tropical fish. So in here we've got another unique species, which is the blind cave fish. Some danios, and we've got some more barbs up top. So we're going to cover the rest of the tropical section just over there in just a moment. But check out this goldfish, indoor goldfish tank or pond, I suppose you could say. With loads of sort of commons. I think there's also some Joaquin goldfish in there by the looks of it, which have got the straighter backs and the double tails. And they've even got a sort of built-in sump filter, which is pretty cool in here. Similar to my large aquarium. So let's head out into the pond section now. So we've got loads of pre-formed ponds, as you can see. If you don't want to put a liner pond in, and then we've got all of the pond plants, and we will come to the koi selection that they've got, which is, I don't know if it's a new system, but it looks relatively new. We've got really nice glass viewing windows on all of the ponds, and a nice mix of koi, and the water is super clear. I think they've got these Awazi box filters on them, and then it looks like they've got the Screen-Matic in the far corner. So in the first tank we've got some ghost koi and some mirror carp, and then following up to the next tank we've got lots of longfin and butterfly koi, and there's also some sturgeon in there. Don't know if I'm going to be able to see them. If I get the camera close, you may see a few in the background. I think they are the sturtlets, very similar looking to the Siberian sturgeon. And then getting even bigger, we've got this larger pond. I think these could even be an easy pond or EZ pond, however you like to pronounce it. We've got some bigger metallic koi, some kajakus, harawakis, sargis in there, nice mix, and shasuis. And then coming to some of the bigger fish, we've got a few bigger ponds, and then we'll cover that section in just a moment. So this is, I would say, the main pond, where we've got some of the bigger koi. We've got a really big kahaku, a good 65 centimetres, sargi, kajaku, a big suri there as well. I think these are being cleaned or looked after by the Awazi Profi drums over there. And then nice Yamabuki Yoga and Chagoi I can see. Quite good sized fish and pretty good quality as well for a Maidenhead Aquatics especially. And then moving round to the next pond with some more of their larger koi. So we've got quite a few kahakus in here, goshki, but some pretty good Japanese koi in this pond. I'd say it's around 2.4 metres by 2.4 metres, probably around the 4,000 to 5,000 litre mark. And then we just come through to the range of goldfish that they've got here, from your Sarasa comets. We've got some canaries and shabumpkins, some larger shabumpkins. Just all your sort of standard bread and butter fish. Got a few orf in this pond. And then round to your smaller koi, and also your ghost koi and orf as well. They've even got some blue orf in here, which I haven't seen for a long time. Not only have they got the golds, but the blues are quite cool, especially as they get bigger and develop that coloration. So that's the outdoor pond section. A really big open space. They've got a massive selection of different pond plants, and obviously the koi, I'd say they really specialise in the koi here. But let's head back inside and check out some more of the tropical fish that they've got in this store. Now, heading round past that goldfish tank, we're going to come into the live bearer system. So a lot of the bread and butter fish here, which I will gloss past. But so far, it's been a really, really nice store. Let me know what you think about it down in that comment section below. That's really where you guys can interact with me, and I will reply to every single comment that I get. We've got some blue rainbows in here with some loaches. We've got the zebra loaches in there, and then we've also got some red rainbows. And then we've got loads of albino cories in here, in with these yellow rainbows. So here's the catfish that we saw in that display tank. So it's the African glass catfish. I don't believe I've seen these before, so it's always interesting coming into new shops, seeing new different types of fish. But they're pretty cool. It says they get to around 11 centimetres, so not too big. Probably quite suitable for tanks around 200 litres or more. And then up top we've got some big platies, say more of the sunset colour. And next door we've got another slightly rarer fish, which is the albino Congo tetra, which I've seen popping up a little bit more recently, but only within the last year or so. Pretty cool fish and priced at $7.50. Pretty good value for money. So we're coming on to the betta system that they've got. So we'll check out, see if they've got any cool bettas in these racks just underneath here. So in this one we've got a nice Dumbo double tail. And then next door we've got a lovely red veil tail. Really striking red coloration. We've got a blue in this one, and then a pink delta, which refers to the tail shape. We've got a yellow copper up there. See if he'll interact with me potentially. Just sitting up there. And then coming over to a few more veil tails, a few more blues, some different shades. Pretty cool racking system that they built into the fish system there. And then underneath, this guy is super blue in colour with the red pigment to the tail and pelvic fins, in with loads of pygmy cories. And then we've got those black emperor tetras next door. And we've got some glow light rasboras as well. Now I have noticed all of the tanks are super, super clean. They're really brightly lit as well. Now these tanks we're just coming to here have just been cleaned, so they're a little bit cloudy. I think they were doing some gravel siphoning just before I came. Got some more rainbows. Got the white widow tetras down in this tank. Another fish that I believe is quite new to the ornamental aquatic scene. And then we've got some big serpe tetras. These guys are really, really chunky, in with the Basmani rainbows and the black sail cories, which you can see swimming about the bottom there. And then down bottom we've got some gold barbs and a few of the gold sucking loach. I think they might be the Chinese loaches, otherwise they're known as. And then we're going to come to the last racking system that they've got here. And I've spotted straight away some zebra plex, which you won't get to see come out too often. One of my favourite plex. And I just noticed we've got loads of dwarf anchor catfish down in the bottom there next to the zebras, which are really, really cool. Nice nano catfish. There's quite a few zebras in there, a few tucks at the back, along with the albino neons. But coming back into chronological order, we've got some black neons up top, albino cherry barbs and the black phantoms. There's loads of just sitting all at the front glass, which is pretty cool. And then another stunning fish is the coral red pencil fish. These guys are absolutely beautiful. The Nanostomus species, and the males have a super red line down the body and the females are slightly more pale. Just noticed these guys are £12 each, and I'm sure they used to be at least double that. So definitely coming down in price, in my opinion. And then down bottom we've got some copper harlequins, Otocinclus, and then these are labelled as jeweled tetras. And they look to me a bit like serpes, but maybe they're not. Coming through, we've got some rainbow tetras and the yo-yo loaches. I've just spotted a paraplex tucked at the back there. I'm sure there's lots of plex that I've missed throughout the video that you would have seen. And these are quite cool, these zipper loaches. Not sure I've seen those guys before. So we can get a focus on there. There's quite a few in there. There's this guy just sat right at the front. And this swordtail is stunning. Definitely a male. Really, really nice coloration to the body there. He's flying around the tank. We've got some black mollies, we've got some Odessa barbs, and then some more swordtails up top. And I thought this tank was pretty empty, apart from this huge black marble molly. But check out all these guys just sitting at the surface. The African butterfly fish, another oddball. Don't get too big, around the 6-inch mark. But a cool top-dwelling predatory fish. Then last but not least, we've got some silver-tip tetras, rummy nose. Some nice lampies in with the African dwarf frogs. Another nano species which is pretty cool are the bumblebee gobies. Now I believe these can go into brackish water as they get older, but they stay a really small size, max out at about 1 inch to just over 1 inch, but good for your really small aquariums. And we've got some glass tetras, and also we've got some lovely yellow shrimp in here, the Neocaridina. Really nice golden colour to them. And then we got some of the cherry shrimp down in the bottom section, in with some Phoenix rasboras. Next to the blue dreams, in with the neon green rasboras, another nano fish, good for really small aquariums. And they're not really going to pick on those shrimp because they don't quite get big enough. And then to the last tank, we've got some orange shrimp in there and also some glow light tetras as well. So that is the full store tour here at Maidenhead Aquatics, Gillingham. Quite a small shop, but they've done a brilliant job with the layout and the different display of aquariums. They've got a few planted tanks where you can purchase your potted plants out of. But I really liked the display aquariums that they got, and loads of different oddballs littered throughout the tanks. So that brings us to the end of the tour. Thanks for watching. And that is it for today's video at Maidenhead Aquatics, Gillingham. I thought it was a really clean store tour, and they had some really nice oddball fish. All the tanks were super clean, and I really like the layout. So definitely make the trip if you can. But that's it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up, and happy fish keeping.